Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for attending this session on Oracle Smart Manufacturing. I'm Terri Hiskey and I head up our supply chain and product marketing, supply chain and manufacturing product marketing team. And I will be walking you through this presentation. Just to give you a little description of me, I'm a woman. I am in my 40s. I'm actually half Chinese and half Caucasian, and I am based here in Austin, Texas. I've got kind of longer blondish brown hair, and I am wearing glasses. So with that, we will get started with this presentation. So our vision for smart manufacturing is that you can make anything, a desk, industrial machines, beverages, meat, paint, pharmaceuticals, almost anything. Our vision is to make these things anywhere, not just globally, but also perhaps in-house or at a contract manufacturer. We believe in automation so that you can leverage new technologies like the Internet of Things to connect to machines to automate transactions and collect data in real time. We also believe that this makes companies more insightful by being able to leverage artificial intelligence and machine learning. You can make predictions and your application should be able to recommend corrective actions. And the last word that I'll talk about is connected and responsive, where we believe in software and applications that are easily able to be connected to the rest of the supply chain and your financials via what we call a digital thread, so that you're seamlessly able to share critical information and support complex processes like configured products and contract manufacturing. And when we say responsive, we want to be able to, for our customers to be able to react to changes quickly and efficiently. So when you put that all together, that is what we call our smart manufacturing vision, that companies should be able to make anything, anywhere with an automated, insightful, connected, and responsive solution. So let's just take a step back and level set on what we call smart manufacturing. The umbrella term for transformations in manufacturing is Industry 4.0, or what some people call the fourth industrial revolution, where a convergence of new technologies has the potential to significantly change and improve manufacturing. It is powered by a massive and simultaneous advances in data collection, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics. Industry 4.0 isn't just a new set of technologies, it's really a whole new way to think about business. And these paradigm shifts are challenging. Much of the initial push came from Germany, where it has become government policy. It has since become both a real and aspirational goal for the manufacturing industry and its suppliers, who have identified opportunities for improved efficiency and flexibility. In addition, the post-COVID trends towards make where you sell and source where you make, as well as those of mass customization and rapid innovation, are likely to spur the development of small, highly automated advanced manufacturing facilities, which would be native Industry 4.0 facilities. However, achieving this is still as not easy to achieve, as it requires an integration of a wide set of disparate technologies, often spanning multiple vendors. However, the combination of realizable value with implementation challenges offers Oracle and its existing and emerging competitors a very strong opportunity. So this is from McKinsey, and this is really tracking where the industry is in terms of adopting Industry 4.0, especially post-COVID. So, McKinsey posited that the pandemic really forced companies to rethink the direction of their operational strategies, changing both the business issues that they wanted to address and the Industry 4.0 technologies that they used to do so. And unsurprisingly, given the unique circumstances of the pandemic, agility and flexibility in operations have really emerged as the top strategic priorities above raising productivity and minimizing cost, which used to be the primary objective for most. Similarly, technologies that enable remote working and collaboration top the list of priority Industry 4.0 cases, with more than half of the respondents working on projects in that area. And in second and third place came technologies that aid in collaboration and visibility across the end-to-end supply chain, reflecting the need to manage volatile and disrupted supply networks. So the digital advantage, people that were early adopters of this technology are realizing huge benefits. These statistics come from a latest McKinsey report on the benefits that companies are getting from adopting Industry 4.0 technologies. And there are things like a 90% productivity increase, 15 to 20% configuration accuracy improvement, 10 to 80% lead time reduction, and 50% energy efficiency increase. And these are just a few of the many benefits that can be had by leveraging this type of strategy. So really what we had pre-pandemic and adoption of Industry 4.0 technologies are really information silos and reactive processes that led to often inefficient manufacturing. And what I mean by this are things like lack of real-time visibility into production lines and machines. It was very difficult and complicated often to calculate factory key performance indicators or KPIs, let alone trying to predict what those KPIs would be. There were often unpredictable equipment failures and maintenance costs that often resulted in expensive downtime. And then factory managers were finding it hard to maintain quality and production yield, while also providing flexible production processes. And what we found is that cloud really accelerates innovation. So the pace of these technological innovations is exponentially accelerating. Businesses are increasingly driven by software. However, most organizations adopt a linear growth model, leading to an increasingly widening gap between the pace of change and the ability to respond. Furthermore, legacy systems that had rigid processes often had the inability to leverage data and information that was already available, and it really became a limiting factor for manufacturers who wanted to adopt rapidly changing technologies. So it became clear that organizations really needed to find a way to harness these new technologies that are already disruptors in the market, and those that don't will be disrupted. And it's really the cloud that is enabling all of this, all of these capabilities to come to the forefront. So what we think is that the time is now to embark on a digital transformation, and that only what we call digital pioneers will be the ones that survive. So given the exponential rate of technological and market changes, we believe that only smart, connected manufacturers will survive. So the next item on the agenda that I'll cover is what our vision is for digitally connected manufacturing and supply chain. So over time, our focus as supply chain professionals has changed. We once implemented supply chain automation to improve efficiency, reducing inventory and resource costs. Then we worked to improve product quality, enabling Six Sigma and total quality management. And then as competitive pressures increased, we integrated product development processes, optimized supply, and outsourced production to become more agile. But now, as we are in the digital era, in which the markets we serve and the products and services we offer and the way we deliver them are all being transformed at the same time, we still need to continue to be efficient, to maintain our dedication to quality and promote agility, but that's no longer enough. To succeed, we need a more intelligent supply chain. Oracle's Intelligent Supply Chain Cloud gives you smarter ways to detect problems and opportunities within and outside of the enterprise and decide the best course of action and execute end-to-end business processes that can address them. So let's take a closer look at how this happens. It starts with data, with lots of it. Digital signals from connected equipment, and assets, social feeds, syndicated market data, trading partners, e-commerce transactions, and product updates from the broader business ecosystem. It all flows into a data lake that can manage the huge volume of structured, unstructured, and time series data from these external sources, and then contextualize it with enterprise data from our business applications. Then Oracle's IoT applications take over, monitoring these digital signals in real time and providing digital twin simulation, trend analysis, anomaly detection, diagnostics, and predictions that can turn raw data into significant supply chain events. For example, IoT production monitoring can determine whether a vibration is just a one-time disturbance or is part of a pattern that could lead to future downtime. This detect capability is critical to managing the volume and complexity of the digital world, helping to focus decision making on the issues that matter. Next come the BI, AI, and planning applications that make key supply chain decisions. SCM analytics provide a big picture view of what's going on, how issues and opportunities affect overall performance. Using machine learning, dig deeper to uncover the why behind these observations, performing causal analysis and making recommendations for improvements. Meanwhile, Oracle's Supply Chain Planning Cloud forecasts demand and market changes, taking external causal factors into account. It then plans supply requirements and strategies, working around material and resource constraints to direct inventory movement, production, and purchasing decisions. Integrated business planning assures that supply chains plans mesh with product, sales, and financial expectations. Great decisions actually have no value unless they're put into action. So Oracle's Supply Chain Management Cloud executes product innovation, sourcing, collaboration, manufacturing, order management, and logistics processes at a global scale for today's most demanding enterprises. Intelligence is built in as well, with applied machine learning, rules-based orchestration, and automation of repetitive tasks. So for all of its intelligence and automation, a digital supply chain should not be a black box that keeps users in the dark. As supply chain solutions gain autonomy and power, global supply chain visibility becomes all that more important. Users can access Oracle supply chain solutions through multiple interfaces, through your mobile app, through desktop, social, and chat. Extensible dashboards and augmented reality tools visualize complex business problems. Machine learning is at work as well. For example, when Oracle's digital assistants turn your conversations into a set of web service calls. Finally, blockchain track and trace logs and audits transactions so all stakeholders can review and verify them. So to kind of conclude this slide, Oracle's Intelligent Supply Chain Cloud is not some far off vision. Nearly all the parts that I've mentioned here are available today. As you attend sessions, view demos, and speak with our Oracle supply chain team, consider how you can take advantage of Oracle's Intelligent Supply Chain Cloud to make your enterprise smarter and ready for the digital challenges ahead. So let's get into Oracle Smart Manufacturing. Now, just to recap, our smart manufacturing vision: make anything anywhere with an automated, intelligent, optimized, and integrated solution. So what does that mean? So if you're a manufacturing company, in order to fulfill that customer order, you need to make it. So our plan to produce solution is built to enable efficient planning and productive discrete manufacturing operations. We'll talk about it in 3 phases. The first is planning, which allows you to balance both supply and demand in one run and gives you multidimensional analytics to help you easily identify and solve issues that impact your bottom line. In execute or make, this gives your company the ability to efficiently set up and run your production operations. And then the third area, which is optimize, gives you tools and analytics for visibility, agility, and customer responsiveness and complex global accounting. Unlike our other areas, our plan to produce solution is designed to not only work as part of our standard integrated SCM cloud, it is not intended to be sold or used as a standalone solution. The other thing that is unique is that you can differentiate by work method instead of item. So you can decide the best method of manufacturing for each stage of production, whether it's discrete manufacturing with its unique workflow or process manufacturing with its unique needs like formula management. We also have built-in manufacturing execution as part of our solution, which enable users to leverage shop floor KPIs to get actionable analytics, machine data contextualized with work order data, things like Bluetooth scanning, materials reservation for better planning, material availability and shortage checks so that you are promising your customer accurately so that they won't be disappointed if things get backed up. We also manage things like electronic records and signatures, and then we are REST enabled for integration to other systems. So what our system does is that we have the ability to enable shop floor connectivity in order to automate, monitor, and predict. So in this slide here, you're seeing how a user might identify operational disruptions based on comparative and historical analysis of business metrics. So they may be able to see a storm coming, or there may be a shortage in a certain area that historically has impacted the business. So you'll know that you'll need to do something about that. Users are able to monitor real-time production and the machine health of their machines, as well as quality KPIs at each operation to ensure the best quality. With Digital Twin, users are able to monitor progress of work orders and identify where the bottlenecks are, as well as monitor product quality by machine and operation in order to take corrective action. And then we also have artificial intelligence and machine learning powered anomaly detection that really gives you a sense of when things are going right and when things might not be going as good as you had hoped. So that your anomaly detection can let you know if there are trends or patterns that are unusual, and they can predict and recommend different production ways to address production disruptions in real time if something needs to be addressed on that certain machine. We also have auto machine learning capabilities that are used for equipment prognostics. So we have automatic anomaly detection, which again is something like if you know that your machine produces 100 parts per hour, and over the past couple of hours has only produced, say, 80 parts, that's something that your machine learning should be able to detect, and that it's like, we are not producing the normal amount that we produce. There could be something wrong with this machine. You might want to take a look at it. So that way, companies can really produce their optimal maintenance schedule for the factory using this machine learning as well as constraint engines. And this really gives the power to the user to be able to schedule downtimes around times that you want to schedule them, instead of having them unexpected and having to reschedule a bunch of things that you weren't expecting to do because you didn't know that there were issues. Our solution also provides production insights so that we allow you insights into detecting trends and correlating those trends against different items that happen in the world, whether it's weather related or having to do with things like pandemics or gas prices in certain areas, and it can help you kind of correlate why things seem to be more expensive coming out of one region than another. We also provide out-of-the-box support for statistical process control patterns. And again, that's a way to give you, the user, early intelligence to really figure out problems and mitigate those problems before they become real big issues. So the idea of closed loop quality is a story that standalone quality solutions have trouble with due to siloed information and the need for integration, resulting in uncertainty in data quality and delays in being able to see and respond to this data, and a smaller data set to review and analyze. Oracle's unique solution is to take the data from traditional collaboration areas of manufacturing, both internal and external, design teams and suppliers in a single connected digital thread to be able to close that loop by connecting quality notifications, root cause analysis, and problem resolution processes. So one of our strengths in our cloud suite compared to other clouds is the integrated end-to-end orchestrated processes that can be planned in advance and promised via global order promising and executed directly to customer order. Once promised, our orchestration engine picks it up and automatically creates and reserves the supply to the customer order line. Any changes to supplier demand are then automatically synchronized, and all are supported for standard and configured products. For configured products, details can be passed on to the supplier via purchase order details to manufacturing via a configured work definition or a job. And we offer complete supply chain planning, from demand management to sales and operation planning, supply planning and production scheduling, all the way through to supply chain collaboration. And this is so that we can identify problems quickly in business context with guided resolution and recommendations. We can also aggregate and provide detailed analysis of our planning schedule and iterative planning, which means you continue to improve your planning process as those products go through production. You can also have self-service personalization and the simplified UX for easy to understand plan results. So this is a solution that's really fit for purpose in terms of what you want to solve and what you want to manage across your supply chain planning. With our integrated production scheduling, this really helps increase factory throughput by being able to create and manage finite schedules. That way you can get your sequence right, optimize resources, labor, and throughput. This also enables you to minimize changeover time so that group work orders can be based on attributes to really minimize these changeovers. You also get intuitive schedule management with drag and drop scheduling and real-time analytics and integrated monitoring and execution so that you're really able to enable a proactive shop floor. So this is an example of our integrated production scheduling, again, which helps increase factory throughput. So this is something that helps minimize changeover time, intuitively manage schedules with drag and drop scheduling and real-time analytics, and then integrated monitoring and execution so that you're able to release to execution and enable, again, this productive shop floor. So with comprehensive inventory management, which is another capability and piece of our smart manufacturing solution, this really enables inventory accuracy so that you have a single integrated platform to manage all of your items, lots, serial numbers, and material status, and you get a complete tracking of inventory from receipt to point of consumption. You're able to eliminate shortages and work disruptions by avoiding costly delays with robust replenishment and MRP planning. And you're able to replenish from your suppliers or other internal organizations when you need it to really eliminate those shortages. You're able to optimize costs to reduce your overall inventory costs by consigning inventory from your suppliers, and you only pay when used. And then you also can drive demand based on work orders and optimize stock levels. You can gain real-time visibility into item quantities across internal and external locations, including goods in transit. And you also have streamlined distribution where you're able to streamline internal transfers across facilities, which helps optimize the financial and physical flows across your global supply chain with agile process orchestration. Finally, with your master data, you're able to quickly define the necessary master data for your organization hierarchy and process standards. So how can Oracle enable best practices in cost management and accounting? Well, we do that with multiple representations and multiple costing methods so that users are able to simultaneously see the representation of cost within multiple books. And it also enables external management and regulatory reporting. In addition to that, we have a tax efficient intercompany processes, which enable internal drop shipments, supplier drop shipments, global procurement, internal material transfers, non-shippable sales, touchless and integrated and configurable transfer pricing, all which really help you understand your true margins. And finally, we've got integrated maintenance, which helps with enabling efficient and productive maintenance operations so that you're able to, again, visually define your maintenance process so that you can establish your maintenance standards for materials and resources. Then you're able to see what's going on, you're able to execute, and you can actually take action on these things, simplifying the maintenance experience and managing key metrics. And then finally, you're able to get a cost for this by being able to efficiently analyze your work order charges and asset costs to ensure compliance to established business standards. And building on that, we are enabled for integration and extensibility so that when you need to extend your system, we have a framework that enables you to add functionality that you require. So it starts with our robust and configurable SCM cloud applications in the center. And then there are tools such as Page Composer, Apps Composer, and our own Flex framework that allow you to do UI and data extensions on top of our apps. The Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence and BI Publisher tools allow you to not only create your own reports and analytics, but it also has the ability to export that data out of the system. And if you need even more than that, we have public APIs and business events that allow you to connect to any outside application directly or through our Oracle Integration Framework, or OIC. OIC allows you to not only connect, but to transform data, route and orchestrate the information flow, and manage events. And of course, you can use our PaaS tools, platform as a service tools, to build your own applications and connect them in as well. Finally, we have a standard B2B messaging and file-based integrations that allow you to connect to your trading partners. So this is just an example of some standard-based integrations that we have to all sorts of production equipment that can be found on the shop floor. And we have multiple levels of analytics and reporting, as I mentioned. We have analytic-driven navigation, which really kind of, you can see on product landing pages, it shows real-time status, and it can guide users on how to take actions to, anomalies that come up. We've got real-time business intelligence reporting through Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence, which provides ad hoc reporting and analytics on top of transactional data. And then we've got our enterprise data warehouse, which extracts data from cloud applications or any data source to perform analysis and trending. So we've got a number of leading manufacturing companies that use Oracle's smart manufacturing system that represent a host of different industries. Things like Western Digital, wonderful company, which is kind of a food and beverage company. I see Alcar Ruit, which I'll show a video later of. General Dynamics. So we've got a host of global logos that are already using Oracle for smart manufacturing. So just to kind of summarize about smart manufacturing, the smart manufacturing solution from Oracle provides manufacturers the technologies and capabilities to increase their competitive advantage while addressing their existing challenges. Manufacturers can no longer ignore the tectonic shifts that are happening in the industry, and they need to adopt solutions that not only meet their current, but their future needs. Solutions that allow for accelerated decision-making, reduced time to value, that maximize productivity and efficiency, that reduce costs, and finally improve customer satisfaction. So now is the time for manufacturing in the cloud, where you can get a comprehensive solution that encompasses both supply chain and manufacturing in the cloud, built on modern, best-in-class business practices and technologies, open and extensible, and provides unprecedented continuous innovation. But don't take it from me. I actually have a video here that I'd like to end with, which features our customer Alcar Ruit and how they are using Oracle solutions to support their smart manufacturing facility.
Alcar is a Swiss-based company that design, produce and distribute steel wheels for cars. Swiss quality is a sort of dogma. Every type of item, if made in Switzerland, you expect top level of quality, top level of on-time deliveries. The problem is that we have to produce with Swiss quality, but with worldwide competition costs. And this is the reason why technology in hardware and software is our constraints to survive. Alcar implemented Oracle Fusion Cloud Supply Chain and Manufacturing, and we went live with a system that covers all our key processes: manufacturing, planning, order management, procurement, and financials. Alcar integrated Oracle Supply Chain Management with Oracle Cloud ERP. One of the most important concepts of the cloud systems is the real time. From April 2020, Alcar included into our system the Oracle Autonomous Database capabilities. The capability from Oracle IoT technologies to analyze the sensor data and to anticipate the fail help us to reduce dramatically lost time during the production.
And with that, I'd like to thank you so much for letting me spend a little bit of time with you to discuss smart manufacturing, and I hope you have a great Oracle Fest.